Reclaiming Peace: How to Heal Yourself Emotionally and Mentally. Written and published by MSE Boost. Chapter 1. The Power of Self-Awareness: Identifying Your Emotional Triggers and Thought Patterns. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which emotional healing and mental well-being are built. It is the key that unlocks the door to understanding ourselves on a deeper level, allowing us to identify the patterns and triggers that shape our emotional landscape. When we develop a keen sense of self-awareness, we gain the power to transform our lives from the inside out. The journey of self-awareness begins with a willingness to look within, to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment or criticism. This process can be challenging, as it requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that we may have long ignored or suppressed. However, by approaching this exploration with curiosity and compassion, we create a safe space for growth and healing. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for cultivating self-awareness. By practicing mindfulness techniques, such as meditation or deep breathing exercises, we learn to anchor ourselves in the present moment. We become more attuned to the subtle shifts in our thoughts and emotions, recognizing them as they arise without becoming entangled in their narrative. Through regular mindfulness practice, we develop a greater capacity for self-observation, allowing us to identify the patterns that contribute to our emotional distress. Our emotional triggers are the stimuli that elicit strong, often automatic responses within us. These triggers can be external, such as a particular situation or interaction, or internal, such as a memory or thought. By becoming aware of our triggers, we gain the power to respond rather than react. We learn to pause, take a step back, and examine the root cause of our emotional response. This awareness allows us to make conscious choices about how we want to navigate challenging situations, rather than being controlled by our knee-jerk reactions. In addition to identifying our emotional triggers, self-awareness also involves recognizing the thought patterns that shape our perception of ourselves and the world around us. Our thoughts have a profound impact on our emotional well-being, and often we are unaware of the negative self-talk that runs through our minds on a daily basis. By bringing awareness to these thought patterns, we can begin to challenge and reframe them. Cognitive distortions, such as all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and catastrophizing, can lead us down a path of emotional distress. These distortions distort our perception of reality, causing us to interpret situations in a negative light. By learning to identify these cognitive distortions, we can begin to question their validity and replace them with more balanced and realistic thoughts. Self-reflection is another essential component of self-awareness. Taking time to reflect on our experiences, both positive and negative, allows us to gain insights into our emotional patterns and the underlying beliefs that drive them. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection, as it provides a space to process our thoughts and feelings without judgment. By regularly engaging in self-reflection, we deepen our understanding of ourselves and gain clarity on the areas where we need to focus our healing efforts. Developing self-awareness is an ongoing process, one that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. It is not about striving for perfection or eliminating all negative thoughts and emotions. Rather, it is about cultivating a curiosity and acceptance of ourselves, just as we are. As we become more aware of our emotional triggers and thought patterns, we gain the power to make conscious choices that align with our values and promote our well-being. The benefits of self-awareness extend far beyond our personal lives. When we have a deep understanding of ourselves, we are better equipped to navigate relationships, communicate effectively, and set healthy boundaries. We become more empathetic and understanding of others, recognizing that their emotional experiences may differ from our own. Self-awareness allows us to show up in the world as our most authentic selves, fostering deeper connections and more meaningful interactions. Self-awareness is not a destination, but rather a lifelong journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires a willingness to be honest with ourselves, to face our fears and insecurities, and to embrace the full spectrum of our emotional experience. By committing to this journey, we unlock the door to emotional healing and mental well-being. We reclaim our power to shape our lives from the inside out, creating a sense of inner peace and resilience that can weather any storm. The path of self-awareness is not always easy, but it is a path worth taking. It is a path that leads us back to ourselves, to the core of who we are beneath the layers of conditioning and self-doubt. By cultivating self-awareness, we tap into our innate wisdom and strength, discovering the power to heal ourselves emotionally and mentally. We become the architects of our own peace, building a foundation of self-understanding and self-compassion that will support us throughout our lives. Self-awareness is the gateway to emotional healing and mental well-being. It is the key that unlocks the door to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By developing a keen sense of self-awareness, we gain the power to identify our emotional triggers and thought patterns, allowing us to respond with intention and compassion. Through mindfulness, self-reflection, and a commitment to personal growth, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience that will serve us throughout our lives. The journey of self-awareness is a lifelong one, but it is a journey that is well worth taking, for it leads us back to the truth of who we are and the limitless potential that lies within us. Chapter 2. Forgiveness as a catalyst for healing. Letting go of resentment and grudges. Forgiveness is a powerful catalyst for emotional healing and mental well-being. It is the act of releasing the heavy burden of resentment and grudges that we carry within us, often without realizing the toll they take on our hearts and minds. When we hold on to anger and bitterness, we create a toxic environment within ourselves that prevents us from experiencing true peace and happiness. Many of us have been taught that forgiveness is a sign of weakness, that it means condoning or excusing the hurtful actions of others. However, forgiveness is not about absolving others of their responsibility or minimizing the impact of their actions. Rather, it is about freeing ourselves from the emotional chains that bind us to the past, allowing us to move forward with a lighter, more compassionate heart. Forgiveness is a choice, a conscious decision to release the painful emotions that we have been holding on to. It is a process that requires patience, self-compassion, and a willingness to let go of the stories we tell ourselves about the past. When we forgive, we acknowledge that we have been hurt, but we choose to no longer allow that pain to define us or control our lives. The first step in the forgiveness process is to acknowledge the pain and hurt that we have experienced. This can be a difficult and emotionally challenging task, as it requires us to confront the wounds that we may have long buried or denied. However, by bringing these painful experiences into the light of awareness, we begin to loosen their grip on our hearts and minds. Self-forgiveness is an essential component of the healing process. Often, we are our own harshest critics, holding on to guilt, shame, and self-blame for past mistakes or perceived failures. By extending compassion and understanding to ourselves, we create a foundation of self-love and acceptance that allows us to forgive others more easily. Forgiveness is not a one-time event, but rather an ongoing practice that requires intentional effort and commitment. It is a skill that can be cultivated through various strategies and techniques, such as mindfulness, journaling, and visualization exercises. By regularly engaging in forgiveness practices, we strengthen our capacity for compassion and resilience in the face of life's challenges. One powerful technique for fostering forgiveness is to write a forgiveness letter. This involves writing a letter to the person who has hurt us, expressing our feelings and the impact of their actions, and then choosing to release the pain and resentment associated with the experience. The letter is not intended to be sent, but rather serves as a therapeutic tool for processing and releasing difficult emotions. Another strategy for cultivating forgiveness is to practice loving kindness meditation. This involves silently repeating phrases of compassion and well wishes towards ourselves and others, even those who have caused us harm. By intentionally generating feelings of love and kindness, we soften our hearts and create space for forgiveness to emerge. Forgiveness is not always easy, and it is important to honor the process and allow ourselves the time and space needed to heal. There may be moments of resistance, when the pain feels too raw or the grudges too deeply entrenched. In these moments, it is essential to practice self-compassion and to remind ourselves that forgiveness is a journey, not a destination. The benefits of forgiveness are far-reaching and transformative. When we release the burden of resentment and grudges, we create space for positive emotions to flourish. We experience greater peace, happiness, and emotional freedom. Forgiveness allows us to reclaim our power and to direct our energy towards creating the life we desire, rather than remaining stuck in the pain of the past. Forgiveness also has a ripple effect on our relationships and the world around us. When we forgive others, we model compassion and understanding, inspiring others to do the same. We create a more peaceful and harmonious environment, both within ourselves and in our interactions with others. Forgiveness has the power to heal not only our own hearts, but also the hearts of those around us. The journey of forgiveness is a deeply personal and transformative one. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the past in order to embrace a brighter, more compassionate future. By choosing forgiveness, we open ourselves up to the possibility of emotional healing and mental well-being. We reclaim our power to create a life of peace, purpose, and joy. Forgiveness is a catalyst for healing, a key that unlocks the door to emotional freedom and mental well-being. It is a choice that we make, moment by moment, to release the pain of the past and to embrace the present with an open and compassionate heart. By cultivating forgiveness, we create a ripple effect of healing that extends far beyond ourselves, touching the lives of all those we encounter. The path of forgiveness may not always be easy, but it is a path that leads us to a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and connection to ourselves and the world around us. Chapter 3. The Mind-Body Connection. Harnessing the power of physical wellness for emotional balance. The connection between the mind and body is a powerful and intricate one, with each constantly influencing and shaping the other. Our physical health and well-being play a crucial role in our emotional and mental states, and vice versa. When we neglect our physical health, we create a ripple effect that can lead to emotional imbalances, increased stress, and a diminished sense of overall well-being. The human body is a complex and interconnected system, with every cell, organ, and system working together in harmony. When we experience emotional distress or mental turmoil, our bodies often bear the brunt of these challenges. Stress, anxiety, and depression can manifest physically through symptoms such as tension headaches, digestive issues, fatigue, and weakened immune function. On the flip side, when we prioritize our physical health and well-being, we create a solid foundation for emotional resilience and mental clarity. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and quality sleep are essential components of a healthy mind-body connection. By tending to our physical needs, we give ourselves the resources and energy necessary to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. Exercise is a potent tool for promoting emotional well-being and reducing stress. When we engage in physical activity, our bodies release endorphins, the feel-good hormones that elevate our mood and promote a sense of well-being. Exercise also helps to regulate our stress response, reducing the levels of cortisol, the primary stress hormone in our bodies. Finding a form of exercise that resonates with you is key to making it a consistent part of your healing journey. Whether it's a brisk walk in nature, a yoga class, swimming laps, or dancing to your favorite music, the key is to choose activities that bring you joy and make you feel alive. By making exercise a regular part of your routine, you create a powerful tool for emotional regulation and stress management. Nutrition also plays a vital role in the mind-body connection. The foods we consume have a direct impact on our brain function, mood, and overall well-being. A diet rich in whole foods, such as fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats, provides our bodies with the essential nutrients needed for optimal physical and mental functioning. On the other hand, A diet high in processed foods, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats can contribute to inflammation, mood imbalances, and decreased cognitive function. By making conscious choices about the foods we put into our bodies, we nourish not only our physical health, but also our emotional and mental well-being. Sleep is another critical component of the mind-body connection. Quality sleep is essential for our bodies to repair, regenerate, and recharge. When we consistently prioritize good sleep hygiene, we give our minds and bodies the opportunity to process the events of the day, consolidate memories, and restore emotional balance. Creating a sleep-conducive environment is crucial for promoting restful and restorative sleep. This may involve establishing a consistent sleep schedule, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, and ensuring that your sleep space is cool, dark, and quiet. By prioritizing quality sleep, we give ourselves the gift of emotional resilience and mental clarity. Stress management techniques, such as deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, and mindfulness practices, are powerful tools for promoting a healthy mind-body connection. These techniques help to activate the body's relaxation response, reducing stress and promoting a sense of calm and well-being. Deep breathing exercises involve consciously slowing down and deepening our breath, allowing our bodies to shift from a state of stress to a state of relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation involves systematically tensing and releasing different muscle groups, helping to release physical tension and promote a sense of full body relaxation. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and body scans, involve bringing our attention to the present moment, observing our thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, we develop a greater awareness of the mind-body connection and learn to respond to stress with greater ease and resilience. The mind-body connection is a powerful reminder that our physical, emotional, and mental well-being are inextricably linked. By tending to our physical health through regular exercise, proper nutrition, quality sleep, and stress management techniques, we create a solid foundation for emotional healing and mental well-being. The journey of healing is a holistic one, requiring attention and care for all aspects of our being. When we honor the mind-body connection and make physical wellness a priority, we give ourselves the resources and resilience necessary to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and grace. The power to heal ourselves emotionally and mentally lies within us, and the mind-body connection is a key ally in this process. By nurturing our physical health and well-being, we create a ripple effect of healing that extends far beyond the physical realm. We tap into our innate capacity for resilience, joy, and vitality, reclaiming our birthright to live a life of wholeness and peace. Chapter 4. Reframing your narrative. Challenging limiting beliefs and embracing a growth mindset. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are, what we're capable of, and what we deserve have a profound impact on our emotional well-being and mental health. These internal narratives, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and perceptions, can either empower us or limit us, depending on their nature. When we hold on to limiting beliefs and negative self-talk, we create barriers to our own healing and growth. Limiting beliefs are the self-imposed constraints that keep us stuck in patterns of self-doubt, fear, and stagnation. These beliefs often stem from past experiences, societal conditioning, or messages we've internalized from others. They can sound like, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never be able to change," or "I don't deserve happiness." These beliefs create a mental prison that prevents us from realizing our full potential and experiencing the joy and fulfillment we desire. Challenging limiting beliefs requires a willingness to question the validity of these long-held assumptions. It involves taking a step back and examining the evidence that supports or refutes these beliefs. Often, we find that our limiting beliefs are based on false premises, outdated information, or overgeneralizations. By shining the light of awareness on these beliefs, we begin to loosen their grip on our minds and hearts. Reframing our narrative involves actively choosing to see ourselves and our experiences through a different lens. It's about replacing self-limiting thoughts with self-empowering ones and focusing on our strengths, resilience, and potential for growth. When we reframe our story, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and perspectives that were previously obscured by our limiting beliefs. Developing a growth mindset is a powerful way to reframe our narrative and foster emotional resilience. A growth mindset, as opposed to a fixed mindset, is the belief that our abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed and expanded through effort, learning, and perseverance. When we embrace a growth mindset, we see challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as learning experiences that help us become stronger and wiser. Cultivating a growth mindset involves shifting our focus from outcomes to the process of learning and development. It means celebrating our progress, rather than fixating on perfection. It involves embracing failure as a natural part of the learning process and using it as a springboard for growth and improvement. When we approach life with a growth mindset, we become more resilient in the face of adversity and more open to the possibilities that life presents. Practicing self-compassion is another essential component of reframing our narrative. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and support that we would extend to a dear friend. It means acknowledging our humanity, accepting our flaws and imperfections, and recognizing that we are all works in progress. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe and nurturing space for healing and growth. Reframing our narrative also involves learning to embrace our authentic selves. Many of us have spent years trying to fit into societal molds, suppressing parts of ourselves that don't conform to external expectations. However, true healing and growth occur when we learn to accept and celebrate all aspects of ourselves, including our quirks, vulnerabilities, and unique qualities. By embracing our authenticity, we give ourselves permission to be fully human and to live a life that is true to our deepest values and desires. Affirmations and positive self-talk are powerful tools for reframing our narrative and cultivating a growth mindset. Affirmations are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves, either silently or out loud, to reinforce self-empowering beliefs and attitudes. Examples of affirmations include: I am worthy of love and respect. I trust in my ability to overcome challenges, and I am open to learning and growth. By consistently practicing affirmations, we rewire our brains to focus on the positive and to see ourselves in a more empowering light. Surrounding ourselves with supportive and uplifting influences is crucial for reframing our narrative. The people we spend time with, the media we consume, and the environments we immerse ourselves in all have a significant impact on our beliefs and mindset. By seeking out individuals who inspire and encourage us, and by filling our minds with positive and growth-oriented messages, we create a supportive ecosystem for our own transformation. Reframing our narrative is an ongoing process that requires patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to personal growth. It involves consistently challenging our limiting beliefs, embracing a growth mindset, practicing self-compassion, and aligning our thoughts and actions with our authentic selves. As we rewrite our story, we reclaim our power to shape our lives and to experience the emotional freedom and mental well-being we deserve. The journey of reframing our narrative is a deeply personal and transformative one. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the old stories that no longer serve us. By embracing a new narrative, one that is rooted in self-love, resilience, and the belief in our own potential, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and healing. We become the authors of our own lives, crafting a story that is rich with meaning, purpose, and the unbridled joy of authentic living. Chapter 5. The Art of Self-Compassion. Nurturing kindness and understanding toward yourself. Self-compassion is a transformative practice that lies at the heart of emotional healing and mental well-being. It is the act of treating ourselves with the same kindness, understanding, and support that we would extend to a beloved friend or family member. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe and nurturing space within ourselves, one that allows us to weather life's storms with greater ease and resilience. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that self-criticism and harsh self-judgment are necessary for personal growth and success. We may fear that being kind to ourselves will lead to complacency or a lack of motivation. However, research has consistently shown that self-compassion is a far more effective and sustainable path to personal growth and well-being than self-criticism. Self-compassion involves three core components: self-kindness, common humanity, and mindfulness. Self-kindness refers to the practice of treating ourselves with gentleness, understanding, and support, particularly in moments of difficulty or failure. It means speaking to ourselves with the same warmth and encouragement that we would offer to a dear friend. Common humanity involves recognizing that all human beings are imperfect and that suffering is a shared experience. When we acknowledge our common humanity, we feel less isolated and more connected to others. We understand that our struggles and imperfections do not make us inadequate or unworthy, but rather, they are a natural part of the human experience. Mindfulness, in the context of self-compassion, involves being present with our thoughts and emotions without judgment or avoidance. It means allowing ourselves to feel and acknowledge our pain, rather than suppressing or denying it. By practicing mindfulness, we cultivate a greater awareness of our internal experiences, which enables us to respond to ourselves with greater compassion and understanding. Cultivating self-compassion is a skill that can be developed through intentional practice. A simple yet powerful way to begin is by placing a hand over your heart and offering yourself words of kindness and support, particularly in moments of difficulty or distress. This physical gesture of self-soothing helps to activate the body's caregiving system, promoting feelings of safety and comfort. Another powerful self-compassion practice is the self-compassion break, developed by Dr. Kristen Neff. This practice involves 3 steps: mindfulness, common humanity, and self-kindness. When faced with a challenging situation or difficult emotions, we begin by acknowledging and naming our experience, such as, "This is a moment of suffering." We then remind ourselves of our common humanity, saying something like, "Suffering is a part of life, and I am not alone in this experience." Finally, we offer ourselves words of kindness and support, such as, "May I be kind to myself in this moment," or "May I give myself the compassion I need." Self-compassion is not about avoiding or minimizing our pain, but rather, it is about learning to be present with our suffering in a way that is kind and supportive. When we practice self-compassion, we create a safe and nurturing space within ourselves, one that allows us to process and heal from difficult experiences. Self-compassion is also a powerful antidote to shame, a deeply painful emotion that can keep us stuck in patterns of self-criticism and self-doubt. Shame thrives in secrecy and isolation, but self-compassion brings our experiences into the light of awareness and connection. By treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, we begin to dismantle the shame that keeps us trapped in negative self-beliefs and behaviors. Incorporating self-compassion into our daily lives is a transformative practice that can have far-reaching benefits for our emotional and mental well-being. It can help us to build resilience in the face of adversity, to cultivate more fulfilling relationships, and to pursue our goals and dreams with greater confidence and self-acceptance. Self-care is an essential component of self-compassion. It involves taking intentional steps to nurture our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Self-care can take many forms, such as engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation, setting healthy boundaries in our relationships, and prioritizing rest and self-reflection. Practicing self-compassion is not always easy, particularly for those of us who have a long history of self-criticism and self-judgment. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to challenge deeply ingrained patterns of thought and behavior. However, the benefits of self-compassion are well worth the effort. As we cultivate self-compassion, we begin to experience a greater sense of inner peace, emotional resilience, and self-acceptance. We become more attuned to our own needs and desires, and we develop the courage to pursue a life that is aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. Self-compassion is a powerful tool for healing and transformation. It is the foundation upon which we can build a life of greater joy, fulfillment, and purpose. By treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and support, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities and potential. The practice of self-compassion is a lifelong journey, one that requires ongoing commitment and dedication. However, the rewards of this practice are immeasurable. As we learn to treat ourselves with greater kindness and understanding, we discover a deep well of inner strength and resilience that can carry us through even the most challenging of times. Chapter 6. Mindfulness in Action. Integrating present moment awareness into daily life. Mindfulness, the practice of bringing our attention to the present moment without judgment, has gained widespread recognition for its profound benefits on emotional well-being and mental health. By cultivating mindfulness, we develop a greater capacity for self-awareness, emotional regulation, and inner peace. However, mindfulness is not merely a practice confined to formal meditation sessions. It is a way of being that can be integrated into every aspect of our daily lives. The benefits of mindfulness are vast and far-reaching. Research has shown that regular mindfulness practice can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, while improving focus, creativity, and overall well-being. When we are mindful, we are better able to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience, as we learn to respond rather than react to the ups and downs of life. Integrating mindfulness into daily life begins with a commitment to being present in each moment. This means bringing our full attention to the task at hand, whether it be eating a meal, engaging in a conversation, or completing a work project. When we are fully present, we experience life more vividly and richly, as we are not lost in thoughts of the past or worries about the future. Mindful breathing is a simple yet powerful technique that can be practiced anywhere, at any time. By focusing our attention on the sensation of the breath moving in and out of the body, we anchor ourselves in the present moment. Whenever we notice our mind wandering, we gently redirect our attention back to the breath, without self-judgment or criticism. Mindful listening is another essential practice for cultivating present moment awareness in our interactions with others. When we listen mindfully, we give our full attention to the person speaking, without interrupting, judging, or mentally preparing our response. We listen with an open and curious mind, seeking to understand rather than to be understood. Mindful movement practices, such as yoga, tai chi, or qigong, offer a powerful way to integrate mindfulness into the body. By bringing our full attention to the sensations and movements of the body, we cultivate a deeper sense of embodied presence. These practices help to release physical tension, promote relaxation, and enhance overall well-being. Mindful eating is a practice that involves bringing our full attention to the experience of eating, engaging all of our senses in the process. By eating mindfully, we become more attuned to our body's hunger and satiety cues, and we learn to savor and appreciate our food more fully. Mindful eating can also help to break patterns of emotional or mindless eating, promoting a healthier relationship with food. Integrating mindfulness into our daily routines and activities requires a willingness to slow down and be present. In a fast-paced and often overwhelming world, it can be challenging to carve out time for mindfulness practice. However, even a few minutes of mindfulness each day can have a significant impact on our overall well-being. Setting aside dedicated time for formal mindfulness practice, such as seated meditation or body scans, can help to deepen and strengthen our mindfulness skills. However, it is equally important to find ways to weave mindfulness into the fabric of our daily lives, such as taking mindful breaks throughout the day, practicing gratitude, or engaging in creative activities with full presence. Mindfulness is not about striving for a particular outcome or achieving a state of perpetual calm. Rather, it is about cultivating a quality of presence and awareness that allows us to meet each moment with greater equanimity and clarity. As we practice mindfulness, we learn to embrace the full spectrum of human experience, including both the joys and the sorrows, with an open and compassionate heart. Integrating mindfulness into daily life is a lifelong journey, one that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. There will be times when our mind feels scattered or distracted, and that is okay. The practice of mindfulness is not about perfection, but rather about continually returning to the present moment with kindness and curiosity. As we cultivate mindfulness in our daily lives, we begin to experience a greater sense of inner peace, clarity, and connection. We become more responsive and less reactive, more compassionate and less judgmental, more present and less distracted. Mindfulness allows us to live life more fully and authentically, as we learn to show up for each moment with an open and willing heart. The practice of mindfulness is a powerful tool for emotional healing and mental well-being. By integrating mindfulness into our daily lives, we create a foundation of inner stability and resilience that can weather any storm. We learn to find moments of peace and clarity amidst the chaos of life, and to cultivate a deeper sense of connection to ourselves, others, and the world around us. Mindfulness is not a panacea or a quick fix for life's challenges. However, it is a transformative practice that can profoundly shift our relationship to ourselves, our experiences, and the world around us. As we learn to live with greater mindfulness and presence, we open ourselves up to a life of greater meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. The invitation to integrate mindfulness into daily life is an invitation to show up fully for the precious moments of our lives. It is an invitation to cultivate a quality of presence and awareness that allows us to live with greater ease, joy, and connection. By embracing mindfulness as a way of being, we discover a deep well of inner wisdom and resilience that can guide us through even the most challenging of times. Chapter 7. Harnessing the Power of Gratitude, Shifting Focus to Abundance and Positivity. Gratitude, the practice of acknowledging and appreciating the good in our lives, has the remarkable power to transform our emotional well-being and mental outlook. When we consciously shift our focus to the abundance and blessings that surround us, we open ourselves up to a greater sense of joy, contentment, and resilience. Gratitude is not merely a feel-good sentiment. It is a potent tool for healing and growth, backed by a growing body of scientific research. Studies have consistently shown that regular gratitude practice can have a profound impact on our mental health and overall well-being. People who engage in gratitude exercises report higher levels of positive emotions, such as happiness, optimism, and life satisfaction, while experiencing lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Gratitude has also been linked to improved sleep quality, stronger immune function, and even better cardiovascular health. At its core, gratitude is about shifting our perspective from a mindset of scarcity and lack to one of abundance and sufficiency. It is about recognizing that, even in the face of challenges and difficulties, there are always things in our lives to be thankful for. By intentionally directing our attention to the good, we train our brains to seek out and savor positive experiences, rather than dwelling on the negative. Cultivating gratitude is a skill that can be developed through consistent practice. A simple yet powerful way to begin is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. These can range from a warm cup of coffee in the morning to a kind gesture from a friend to a beautiful sunset. The act of putting pen to paper and articulating our gratitude helps to solidify and deepen our appreciation. Another effective gratitude practice is the gratitude walk. During a daily walk or run, make a conscious effort to notice and appreciate the beauty and wonder that surrounds you. Take in the sights, sounds, and sensations of nature, the warmth of the sun on your skin, the fresh air filling your lungs. Silently offer thanks for the simple yet profound gift of being alive and present in the moment. Gratitude can also be cultivated through acts of kindness and generosity towards others. When we extend ourselves in service to others, whether through volunteering, offering a listening ear, or performing a random act of kindness, we tap into a deep sense of interconnectedness and purpose. By focusing on how we can contribute to the well-being of others, we shift our attention away from our own problems and concerns, fostering a greater sense of perspective and appreciation. Incorporating gratitude into our relationships is another powerful way to enhance our emotional well-being. Take time to express heartfelt appreciation to the people in your life, whether through a thoughtful note, a sincere compliment, or a gesture of thanks. When we openly acknowledge and celebrate the positive qualities and contributions of others, we strengthen our bonds and create a ripple effect of positivity that extends far beyond ourselves. It is important to note that gratitude is not about denying or minimizing the challenges and difficulties we face in life. Rather, it is about consciously choosing to focus on the good, even in the midst of adversity. When we cultivate a grateful heart, we build resilience and coping skills that allow us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and grace. Gratitude has the power to reframe our experiences and transform our perception of the world around us. When we approach life with a grateful mindset, we begin to see opportunities and blessings where we once saw only obstacles and limitations. We develop a greater sense of contentment and sufficiency, recognizing that we have enough, and that we are enough, just as we are. Incorporating gratitude into our daily lives is a transformative practice that can have far-reaching benefits for our emotional and mental well-being. It is a simple yet profound way to shift our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant, from what is wrong to what is right. By consistently directing our attention to the good, we train our minds to seek out and savor the beauty, joy, and wonder that surrounds us. As we make gratitude a regular part of our lives, we begin to experience a fundamental shift in our outlook and overall well-being. We become more resilient in the face of challenges, more connected to others, and more attuned to the blessings that are present in each moment. Gratitude allows us to live life more fully and authentically, with a deep sense of appreciation and wonder. The practice of gratitude is a lifelong journey, one that requires ongoing commitment and intention. It is not about achieving a state of perpetual happiness or denying the reality of life's difficulties. Rather, it is about cultivating a quality of presence and perspective that allows us to meet each moment with an open and grateful heart. Gratitude is a powerful ally on the path to emotional healing and mental well-being. By consciously shifting our focus to the abundance and blessings in our lives, we tap into a deep well of joy, resilience, and inner peace. We discover that, even in the darkest of times, there is always something to be grateful for, always a reason to keep going and to keep growing. The invitation to harness the power of gratitude is an invitation to live life with a greater sense of appreciation, purpose, and connection. It is an invitation to shift our perspective from one of lack to one of abundance, from one of fear to one of trust. By embracing gratitude as a way of being, we open ourselves up to a life of greater meaning, fulfillment, and joy. Chapter 8. Building Emotional Resilience. Strategies for Navigating Life's Challenges with Grace. Emotional resilience, the ability to adapt and bounce back from adversity, is a critical component of mental well-being and emotional healing. Life inevitably presents us with challenges, setbacks, and disappointments, and it is our capacity for resilience that determines how we navigate these difficult times. Building emotional resilience is not about avoiding or denying pain, but rather about developing the inner strength and resources to face it head-on, with courage and grace. The foundation of emotional resilience lies in self-awareness and self-acceptance. When we have a deep understanding of our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, we are better equipped to manage our reactions to stress and adversity. This involves acknowledging and validating our emotions without judgment or criticism. By accepting ourselves fully, including our flaws and imperfections, we create a solid base from which to weather life's storms. Cultivating a growth mindset is another key aspect of building emotional resilience. A growth mindset is the belief that our abilities and strengths can be developed and expanded through effort, learning, and perseverance. When we approach challenges with a growth mindset, we see them as opportunities for growth and learning, rather than as threats to our sense of self. We become more willing to take risks, to step outside our comfort zone, and to embrace the discomfort that often accompanies personal growth. Developing effective coping strategies is essential for navigating life's challenges with resilience. Coping strategies are the tools and techniques we use to manage stress, regulate our emotions, and maintain a sense of balance and well-being. These can include practices such as deep breathing, meditation, exercise, journaling, or seeking support from others. The key is to find strategies that work for you, that align with your values and preferences, and that you can turn to in times of need. Building a strong support system is another critical component of emotional resilience. Humans are social beings, wired for connection and belonging. When we have a network of supportive relationships, we are better able to weather life's challenges and bounce back from adversity. This can include family, friends, mentors, or professional support, such as a therapist or counselor. The important thing is to cultivate relationships that are nurturing, empowering, and based on mutual trust and respect. Practicing self-care is an essential aspect of building emotional resilience. Self-care involves taking intentional steps to nurture our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. This can include activities such as getting enough sleep, eating a healthy diet, engaging in regular exercise, pursuing hobbies and interests, and setting healthy boundaries in relationships. When we prioritize self-care, we send a powerful message to ourselves that we are worthy of love, respect, and attention. Developing a sense of purpose and meaning is another key factor in building emotional resilience. When we have a clear sense of what matters most to us, what we value and believe in, we are better able to navigate life's challenges with a sense of direction and purpose. This can involve exploring our passions and interests, setting meaningful goals, and engaging in activities that align with our values and beliefs. By connecting to a sense of purpose larger than ourselves, we tap into a deep well of strength and resilience. Cultivating a practice of self-reflection is another powerful tool for building emotional resilience. Self-reflection involves taking time to pause, to look inward, and to gain insight into our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. This can involve practices such as journaling, meditation, or engaging in creative pursuits that allow us to process and make sense of our experiences. By regularly engaging in self-reflection, we develop a greater sense of self-awareness and self-understanding, which can help us navigate life's challenges with greater ease and clarity. Building emotional resilience is a lifelong journey, one that requires ongoing commitment and practice. It is not about achieving a state of perfect emotional strength or never experiencing pain or difficulty. Rather, it is about developing the inner resources and skills to meet life's challenges with courage, compassion, and a sense of perspective. As we build emotional resilience, we become more adaptable, more flexible, and more capable of bouncing back from setbacks and disappointments. We develop a greater capacity for joy, connection, and fulfillment, even in the face of adversity. We learn to trust in our own strength and resilience, and to approach life with a sense of curiosity, openness, and hope. The path to emotional resilience is not always easy, but it is a path worth taking. It requires a willingness to face our fears, to embrace discomfort, and to keep showing up, even when things get tough. It requires a commitment to self-awareness, self-care, and personal growth, and a willingness to reach out for support when we need it. Building emotional resilience is an act of courage and self-love. It is a powerful way to reclaim our emotional well-being and to create a life of meaning, purpose, and joy. By developing the inner strength and resources to navigate life's challenges with grace, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility and potential. We become more fully alive, more deeply connected to ourselves and others, and more capable of creating the life we truly desire. The invitation to build emotional resilience is an invitation to embrace the fullness of the human experience, with all its joys and sorrows, its triumphs and challenges. It is an invitation to show up for ourselves, to trust in our own strength and resilience, and to keep moving forward, one step at a time. By cultivating emotional resilience, we become the authors of our own story, the creators of our own destiny, and the architects of our own emotional freedom. Chapter 9. The Power of Self-Expression. Healing through creativity and personal reflection. Self-expression, the act of giving voice to our inner thoughts, feelings, and experiences, is a fundamental human need and a powerful tool for emotional healing. When we express ourselves authentically and creatively, we tap into a deep well of self-understanding, self-acceptance, and personal growth. Whether through writing, art, music, or any other form of creative expression, the process of externalizing our internal world can be profoundly therapeutic and transformative. The benefits of creative self-expression are well documented and far-reaching. Research has shown that engaging in creative activities can reduce stress, improve mood, and boost overall well-being. When we immerse ourselves in the creative process, we enter a state of flow, where our worries and anxieties fade into the background, and we become fully present and engaged in the moment. This state of heightened focus and enjoyment can be deeply restorative, providing a much-needed respite from the stresses and demands of daily life. Writing, in particular, is a powerful tool for self-expression and emotional healing. The act of putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard allows us to process and make sense of our experiences, to give shape and form to our thoughts and feelings. Journaling, for example, can be a simple yet profoundly effective way to explore our inner world, to gain insight and clarity into our patterns of thinking and behavior. By regularly setting aside time to write, we create a sacred space for self-reflection and self-discovery. Expressive writing, a specific form of journaling that involves writing about traumatic or emotionally charged experiences, has been shown to have significant therapeutic benefits. Studies have found that individuals who engage in expressive writing experience improvements in physical health, immune function, and emotional well-being. The process of writing about difficult experiences allows us to confront and process painful emotions, to find meaning and purpose in our struggles, and to develop a greater sense of self-compassion and resilience. Art therapy, another form of creative self-expression, has been used for decades to promote emotional healing and personal growth. Through the use of visual arts, such as painting, drawing, or sculpture, individuals can explore and express their inner world in a nonverbal, symbolic way. The creative process itself can be deeply meditative and grounding, allowing us to connect with our bodies and our senses in a way that promotes relaxation and stress relief. Music, too, has long been recognized for its therapeutic properties. Whether through listening to music, playing an instrument, or singing, engaging with music can have a profound impact on our emotional state and overall well-being. Music has the power to evoke and express a wide range of emotions, from joy and excitement to sadness and grief. By immersing ourselves in music, we can access and process our own emotions in a way that feels safe and cathartic. Movement and dance are other powerful forms of creative self-expression that can promote emotional healing and personal growth. When we move our bodies in a way that feels authentic and expressive, we release physical and emotional tension, boost our mood, and cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and self-acceptance. Whether through structured dance classes or free-form movement, engaging with our bodies in a creative way can be deeply nourishing and transformative. The power of self-expression lies not only in the act of creation itself, but also in the sharing of our creations with others. When we share our writing, art, music, or dance with others, we create opportunities for connection, validation, and support. We learn that we are not alone in our struggles, and that our experiences have meaning and value. By sharing our authentic selves with others, we invite them to do the same, fostering a sense of community and belonging. Engaging in creative self-expression can be challenging. especially for those of us who have been taught to prioritize productivity over creativity, or who have internalized messages that our creative efforts are not good enough. It takes courage and vulnerability to put our inner world on display, to risk judgment or criticism from others. However, the rewards of creative self-expression far outweigh the risks. When we give ourselves permission to create, to express ourselves authentically, and without apology, we open ourselves up to a world of possibility and growth. The practice of creative self-expression is a lifelong journey, one that requires ongoing commitment and courage. It is not about achieving perfection or mastery, but rather about the process of exploration, discovery, and self-acceptance. By regularly engaging in creative activities that allow us to express ourselves authentically, we cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness, self-compassion, and personal agency. The invitation to harness the power of self-expression is an invitation to reclaim our creativity, our voice, and our authentic selves. It is an invitation to show up fully and vulnerably, to trust in the healing power of the creative process, and to embrace our own unique gifts and perspectives. By giving ourselves permission to express ourselves creatively, we open ourselves up to a world of emotional healing, personal growth, and transformative self-discovery. Self-expression is a fundamental human need and a powerful tool for emotional healing. When we engage in creative activities that allow us to express our inner world authentically and vulnerably, we tap into a deep well of self-understanding, self-acceptance, and personal growth. Whether through writing, art, music, dance, or any other form of creative expression, the act of externalizing our internal experience can be profoundly therapeutic and transformative. By prioritizing creative self-expression as a regular part of our lives, we cultivate greater emotional resilience, self-awareness, and overall well-being. We learn to trust in the wisdom of our own inner voice and to embrace the fullness of our own unique journey. Chapter 10. Embracing your authentic self. Living in alignment with your values and purpose. Authenticity, the act of living in alignment with our true selves, is a fundamental component of emotional well-being and personal fulfillment. When we embrace our authentic selves, we honor our unique values, passions, and purpose, creating a life that feels meaningful and deeply satisfying. However, in a world that often pressures us to conform to external expectations and societal norms, the journey to authenticity can be challenging and complex. Many of us have spent years crafting a persona that we believe will be accepted and valued by others. We may have learned to suppress parts of ourselves that don't fit the mold, to hide our vulnerabilities and imperfections, and to prioritize the needs and opinions of others over our own. While this strategy may have helped us to cope and survive in the short term, it ultimately leaves us feeling disconnected, unfulfilled, and out of alignment with our true selves. The path to authenticity begins with self-awareness and self-discovery. It involves taking an honest look at our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and identifying the patterns and beliefs that may be holding us back from living our truth. This process can be uncomfortable and even painful at times, as it requires us to confront the parts of ourselves that we may have long denied or suppressed. Identifying our core values is a critical step in the journey to authenticity. Our values are the guiding principles that shape our decisions, actions, and priorities. When we live in alignment with our values, we experience a sense of inner peace and fulfillment, knowing that we are honoring what matters most to us. However, when we act in ways that conflict with our values, we experience a sense of dissonance and unease, a sign that we are not being true to ourselves. Discovering our passions and purpose is another key aspect of embracing our authentic selves. Our passions are the activities and pursuits that bring us joy, excitement, and a sense of flow. When we engage in our passions, we tap into a deep well of creativity, energy, and motivation. Our purpose, on the other hand, is the unique contribution that we feel called to make in the world, the way in which we use our gifts and talents to serve others and create meaning in our lives. Living authentically requires courage and vulnerability. It means being willing to show up fully and honestly, even when it feels scary or uncomfortable. It means speaking our truth, setting healthy boundaries, and taking responsibility for our own needs and desires. It means letting go of the need for external validation and approval, and trusting in the inherent worth and value of our own authentic selves. Practicing self-compassion is an essential component of embracing our authentic selves. When we treat ourselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness, we create a safe and nurturing space for personal growth and self-discovery. We learn to accept and embrace all parts of ourselves, including our flaws and imperfections, knowing that they are an integral part of our unique journey and experience. Building authentic relationships is another critical aspect of living in alignment with our true selves. When we surround ourselves with people who support and encourage our authenticity, we feel seen, heard, and valued for who we truly are. We create a sense of belonging and connection that is based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Authentic relationships require vulnerability and honesty, a willingness to share our true selves with others, and to hold space for their authentic expression in return. Embracing our authentic selves is a lifelong journey, one that requires ongoing commitment, courage, and self-reflection. It is not about achieving a state of perfection or living a life free from challenges and setbacks. Rather, it is about cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness, self-acceptance, and personal agency, and using that awareness to create a life that feels meaningful, fulfilling, and true to who we are. The benefits of living authentically are profound and far-reaching. When we embrace our true selves, we experience greater emotional resilience, creativity, and vitality. We attract people and opportunities that are in alignment with our values and purpose, creating a sense of synchronicity and flow in our lives. We develop a greater capacity for empathy, compassion, and connection, both with ourselves and with others. The invitation to embrace our authentic selves is an invitation to reclaim our power, our voice, and our inherent worth as human beings. It is an invitation to let go of the masks and facades that we have crafted to protect ourselves, and to step into the fullness of our own unique expression. It is an invitation to trust in the wisdom and guidance of our own inner knowing and to create a life that honors our deepest truths and desires. Embracing our authentic selves is not always easy, but it is a journey that is worth taking. It requires courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to face our fears and doubts head-on. It requires a commitment to self-discovery, self-compassion, and personal growth. But when we do the work of aligning our lives with our authentic selves, we open ourselves up to a world of joy, meaning, and fulfillment that is truly beyond measure. Authenticity is the foundation of emotional healing and personal transformation. When we embrace our true selves, we create a life that feels deeply satisfying and meaningful, one that is grounded in our unique values, passions, and purpose. By cultivating self-awareness, self-compassion, and authentic relationships, we develop the resilience and inner strength needed to weather life's challenges and to create a world that is more just, compassionate, and beautiful for all. The journey to authenticity is a sacred one, a path of courage, vulnerability, and profound self-discovery. It is a journey that we are all called to take, a journey that leads us back to the truth of who we are and the infinite possibilities that await us when we live in alignment with our authentic selves.